So, having a large following on YouTube, extremely profitable live stream full of super chats, running what could probably be referred to as $1 million business, adding staff to continue expanding, creating a paywall on a website for exclusive content. This is normal, right? Having a behind the scenes vlog for free really requires somebody going around getting some little clips of people doing stuff, hacking it together. But when you turn the vlog into a sitcom, the fans don't like the sitcom, very vocally so. And then you say, okay guys, so what we're going to do then is we're going to go ahead and put the vlog behind the paywall. Only so many people are going to go to that for that purpose. And if the people are already not going to the after hours exclusive live stream, adults only segment, if they're not going for that, they're not going for the vlog. And if they're already there for the one thing, then they're already going to get the vlog. There will be no increase. This, I think, is an attempt to justify the paywall so that the people behind it can get, more content for their buck, which I understand. But maybe, like a lot of people are saying in the comment section on the Cast Castle's latest video, which I urge you to go and dislike, if they were to just keep the vlog and put the sitcom that nobody wants to watch behind the paywall, they'd lose hella money. They lose hella money if they don't, supposedly, according to Tim in today's current Cast Castle episode. Here's the thing. It's not about I want free stuff. It really isn't. If I could afford to justify $10 a month for any given service, Timcast is one of the ones I would go for first. I'd probably get into like Mug Club or something. I'd love to watch the exclusive Crowder content as well. And you can go to Rumble. Yeah, I don't want to go to fucking Rumble. I don't have a bunch of apps on my phone for a bunch of different services so that I can, it's talking to people that are like, oh yeah, I got my Disney Plus, my Amazon Prime, my Netflix, my Hulu, it's like, dude. Not everybody can afford that. Kudos to the people that can, or dumbass to the people that can't but do anyway. Me personally, I gotta keep my kitties fed. I gotta keep my lights on. As it is, I'm not on food stamps as a matter of principle. Now, I suppose if I wanted to be able to afford some bullshit online services, I could get on to state aid for food to afford these bullshit online services that I don't need. I work at a restaurant so that I can eat every day that I work, and I work 5 days a week. The other 2 days a week, when money is good, I go out to eat. Why do I do this? Because on my shelf, I have a ton of prep supplies that I'd really rather not get into for daily eating unless I am stuck out here in SHTF circumstances. And I want to continue making the money I need to be able to go drop a couple $100 every month or so to add a month's worth of food to my prep supplies. Nowhere on this list of priorities at any time is $10 a month for some online shit. I don't actually have a credit card. I don't have a bank card, like a debit card. I don't have one of those. I go through the drive-thru to pull out cash, and I pay cash for what I need, and I have a couple of bills that I pay using a routing and account number. I am the typical demographic of Timcast IRL. The people who send the massive super chats, they are not part of the typical demographic. Most people are struggling right now. Like the asshole idiot at my place of employment that decided it was a good idea to refinance an unfinished car loan on a vehicle that was perfectly serviceable to get a less fuel economic vehicle that cost twice as much as what you still owed on the vehicle, and lump it all together in a loan, and then panic at the size of the car payment during a recession and hyperinflation, and then subsequently do everything in your power to fuck everyone else over just so that you can make your payment 1 month. Which obviously didn't work, because then that whole situation at my place of employment got desperate for a lot of people. They started losing folks. They finally figured out how to take care of a problem that they should have known how to take care of already. Things are working out better in general for everyone. That guy has to work harder if he wants to make more money, which is how it's supposed to be. But so the thing is, well, I guess that's kind of an appropriate segue back to the thing. You gotta work harder to earn more money. I work as hard as I can to earn as much as I can in this economy, because of my personality, because of the way that I am about not putting up with bullshit. There's a lot of places that don't want to hire me, and I'm okay with it. It sucks to be poor. Well, I'm not poor, I'm broke, put it that way. It's a mindset thing, right? It's a Dave Chappelle thing. It sucks not having money, but I refuse to compromise my principles to make more. That's called selling out. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. Somebody in the comments on today's Cast Castle suggested possibly we're going to see Tim Pool gets roasted by his followers, or whatever. Demolished, I think was the word they used. The majority of the comment section of today's Cast Castle vlog, which isn't really much of a vlog, are overwhelmingly, well, that sucks. I couldn't afford to join it for the after-hour stuff. I damn sure can't afford to join it for the vlog. This was part of my daily highlight. It's been fun. That's the extent of like 90% of the comments, and I'm not talking about like 10 comments, 9 of which say no. There's a lot, and there's more. It's gone out. More people will see it. More people will say the same. The likes on what, I don't even know how many views they had. What was it? 6,000 views. That's 1,000 views an hour that they got on this channel that has far fewer subscribers than his main big channels, right? Huge amounts of views. Over 6,000. There should be something like 600 likes and no, was it 6,000 views? If it was doing well, I think you'd have like 1,500 to 2,000 likes or more. You might even have upward of 3,000 sometimes. And instead you have about 800. You have less than 1,000, so less than 1/6 of the views clicked like. I clicked dislike, and since you can't see the dislike, you can assume that with that many views and that few likes, the dislikes are probably double. Because the channel does get hellified interaction from the audience. So unless this is some kind of a marketing trick to stick your toe in the water and see how it's going to work, Tim, I think what you may fail to see here, if this isn't just that, is that just because you can lead them to water doesn't mean you can make them drink. If you provide free content that is interesting and then eventually ask people to pay for it, nobody's going to pay for it. One thing I will say, and I mean this as a fan of the man's content, it was said before that when he was doing IRL that he was trying to kind of do his own version of Rogan. And once he accomplished that, then he started working on his paywall service. And now, like, people are saying he's kind of trying to do a Daily Wire thing. So it's like, why don't you do a Tim Pool thing? Why don't you make quality content that people want to watch, that cuts through the bullshit? People will donate money. People throw money at your show. That's pretty much what it comes to. The other channels are already subsidizing the vlog, right? That was a thing that he explained, that and not just on today's thing, but in past all over across his network, he's mentioned this, that his main channels income subsidize the other channels. That is how that works. That's just how that works. So some excuse about the market has changed, the platforms have changed or whatever, and okay, fine, yeah, so you don't want to do ads every 30 seconds throughout the show. I get it. That stuff's annoying to knowing how, without describing on here, there is a way to skip past ads before they play. I typically do so when I see a bunch of little yellow lines across the bottom. I make sure that they are out of the way so that I can just watch the content that I want to watch. That's why I'm here. I don't buy things from advertisements. I can't afford to buy things from advertisements anyway. So, I mean, they get their revenue for showing it to somebody or whatever, however that works. But the fact of the matter is that if I can't afford an online membership, I can't afford a single thing being advertised unless I already have it. So I think I'll end it there. I don't even know if I have a final statement. Some zinger. I got nothing. Best of luck in future endeavors, I guess. But at this point, I'm not going to unsubscribe to the Cast Castle. I will investigate what they've got going on as far as the new content as they do. It'll probably take a couple of episodes of, wow, really? They cut it down to literally just this, and it'll literally just be an advertisement for the online service that I cannot afford, cannot justify. I mean, honestly, in my case, I guess I'll be a little less concise for a moment here. In my own case, if I had the money to do that, what I would rather spend it on is a better computer. I have an old computer that kind of is a hand-me-down from my past marriage. And it's certainly not fit to do anything for producing online content. I would want to invest in a better computer, a better camera, and a home, like landline high-speed internet connection so that I could produce my own content and attempt to monetize through the advertising or whatever if I was going to do that. At this point, I'm not. I have no real interest in that. But if I was going to create content or do anything, I would want to, beyond what I'm doing, I would want to upgrade my setup. And I would spend money on that before I would spend it on any subscription service. I would spend money on a new gun before I spend it on any subscription service. I would spend it on a new car before I would spend it on any subscription service. I'd spend it on fast food before I'd spend it on any subscription service. So, yeah, I think there's going to be a tag in the name. See in the description whether Mr. The Quartering is going to say something later on. I'm pretty sure it's going to come to that, and I don't know if they're doing it to drive up marketing. That's the truth of the matter is they all work with Jeremy, and Mr. Hambly is a marketing wizard, so this could be something to generate attention, and that's fine. Negative press is still good press, right? But I mean, if you're gaslighting your viewers to gain more subscribers, that's not good. And if you're legit going to go paywall on the free content, you are dooming yourself to failure. So that's all I got. I don't understand the mentality of the people that are like, well, I've been leeching for so long, guess I better. Where the fuck are you people getting money? How are you able to afford anything in this economy? Hyperinflation. The shit has already hit the fan and we're just watching it rain down slowly. And a lot of people, go back to my dreams video from like earlier in the week, last week or whatever. There are a lot of people in that comment section in denial talking about maybe when things get better, maybe when this whole situation turns itself around. Sorry to tell you, again, that will not happen. There is only one direction that things are going to continue going. That's why I can't justify a paywall for exclusive content.